Greetings again. If you're watching this, you probably have some form of interest in learning how AI tools work. Every time I start recording, I have the monitor on in my ears just to make sure I'm not being loud or talking too fast, and it's always disquieting hearing my own voice. So there's the cold intro. Anyway, this tutorial, the last video I made was showing you how to use ControlNet in order to blend a person with scenery. The model I was using was called QR Monster. The original idea was that we could blend QR codes with scenery and come up with some really cool looking images that were functional QR codes. So I'll show y'all a couple examples of this. If we go to like QR code, Stable Diffusion, there's some really cool stuff out there. So I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to do this stuff. So that's a Stable Diffusion image right there, and you see it's like structure of houses when you look up closely, but abstractly it's a QR code. So I don't know. To quote Marge Simpson, I just think it's neat. So that's what we're going to go through today. Pretty easy process. It's dang near identical to the one we did before, but this is actually if we want to make a QR code. So I'll like to outline my steps before I get into stuff. Like it's almost like a lesson plan or something if I'm teaching, except I always say I know the destination. I don't know how we're going to get there. Same thing applies to these videos, and I don't feel like editing them. So I'm sorry if you liked and subscribed, and then you just get raw knowledge dump from me. Sorry, but here we are. All right, so we already got Stable Diffusion running. If you haven't already, I would recommend making a shortcut for this launcher here if you're in Windows. So literally just right click, create shortcut, and then I added one like it's in my desktop now. So there it is. There's the ones we were playing with before. So I've already generated a QR code here for one of my other little websites, but I'll walk you through the process of doing the QR code. It's very simple. This tool right here, I'll put it again, link at the bottom if YouTube is not being YouTube about it. But there was several different places, tutorials, everything recommended this website for this one option here. The error correction on this, it's really good at error correcting QR codes. So we're gonna make it just do basic like QR settings here. Except I'm gonna have a point to this is one of my this is a little website I've been working on for a while, so we're gonna point towards kerfuffle.ai. You can see the image is being generated automatically there. I don't think there's anything really special we need to do here. Some of the tutorials said change some of these settings. I think pixel size 20 is good. Like more or less just change the error correction to high, and that should do it. So I like that, and we could just click download without having to give them all of our personal info and all that. And there's the QR code in right there. In fact, we'll even use this one. I'll delete the one already downloaded just to make sure this site worked. So here we go. That one's gone, and here's the one we just downloaded, even though they're identical because they're identical. So that's we got the QR code. We're already through two steps already. We're blazing through this right here. Stable Diffusion's running. We got the QR code. We got to come up with a good prompt. So lexica.art is a pretty cool website. Hopefully Lexica. If I bothered to edit this, that would be a good editing point. So something like lightning. I don't know, like I think they look cool. So that looks really cool. It's Lexica Aperture. Uses a different prompting mechanism than Stable Diffusion. Hopefully this will actually search the Stable Diffusion, and if not, we'll do a quick Google for a. We're gonna probably have to do a quick Google. Every time it like hangs there, I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna work right. So that's fine. Let's just go to we'll just put in Stable Diffusion 1.5. Stable Diffusion 1.5. Cool prompts for lightning and scenery. Again, prompt hero, I guess, is like the go-to here. Yeah, that one's just not gonna work. Sorry, I liked Lexica, but man, it just does not want to load those Stable Diffusion images. Did a Google search here, so apologize if something shows up that like YouTube would be like, hey, don't show that. We're just looking for like landscape. Let's try lava or something. Again, no results. Let's just try landscape then. Okay. Yes, I am a human, I think. I'm not sure. I think the fact that I'm not sure if I'm a human means I'm a human. I don't know though. Okay. I don't want to sign into stuff, friends. I just want a cool prompt. You know what? Let's just hammer one out. Sorry about that. That I probably should edit that, but whatever. So let's do lightning striking a tree with a volcano in the background. Break. We'll do high def or high dynamic range, high definition, AK ultra. 50 prompt. What's some of those high def keywords? There's one I'm forgetting. It's Unreal Engine. So let's see what that gives us. Other thing here. So when we go to our dimensions, this is 660 by 660. So we'll just keep those dimensions. Just that easy. So down here, 660. 660. We'll tinker with this until we find an image we like. I like Euler Ancestral until I find something like this. Switch over to DPM Adaptive. So we'll use Euler for now. Let's take the sampling up to 30 because that's going to matter for the QR code. Negative prompt. We don't think we need negative right now. We just generate a couple images real quick. Find like a scenery that we like. We'll keep an eye on my computer resources here. Don't want to keep it on that close. Let's see here. Maybe. Okay. Please. Come back to me, please. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Issues when you remote desktop and change the resolution. Actually, that looks pretty cool. I mean, that looks pretty cool. Seed value. Let's see if we can make it a little bit more lightning. But I will add that to my notes there. So we can always come back to that seed if we need to. I'm going to have it generate like 5 or 6, and we'll just take a look. That way we can just, noodle around here and see what we get. We'll open up the folder here too. There's the computer yelling at me. So view extra large icons. So we can see as it generates right there, and put Stable Diffusion right there. So all these actually would be pretty cool, I think. So that one actually has lava though. That might be do something cool with the QR code down there. I don't know. We'll see. That looks pretty cool too. Again, these images could be a bit more realistic. I'm just kind of phoning in a prompt here. Find a prompt you really like, or do some fine tuning with your prompts. That's kind of the constraint here. I just want to show you how to do the QR code thing because I think it's cool. Probably end up using this third image here. Not this one. I just want to look at this one. That's actually pretty cool too. But let's see here. I think I like the third image the best. That one right there. Yeah. So we're just going to use this image. So another neat little thing here is I generated 5. You can click on the individual image in Stable Diffusion. Like I said, I like the one with the volcano there. I think it's probably the third one. That one right there. It should have the seed value there. So we're going to lock in the seed value. Go back here, seed. Now every time I click generate, should generate the exact same image every single time until I change some parameters, which we're going to change in a second. All right, we're cruising along though, friends. We got to load the QR code. That's very, very easy to do. So we're going to turn on ControlNet. Okay, while that generates. I don't know why that's taking so long to generate. Oh, it's generating 5 of them. Okay, yeah, yeah, and it's going to do it in sequence. Sorry, I didn't think that through. Okay, let's go back here. Sorry. All right, now we drop the QR code here. There we go. QR code, ControlNet's on. QR code's loaded. ControlNet's enabled. We're going to enable Pixel Perfect, and then we are going to all these other settings. Not worry about that. No preprocessor. We're going to use the QR code monster model. Okay, easy enough. Let me go back to this, make sure we got the right seed. Like, we want to make sure we get this right image here. 1, generate. Okay. That should give us the volcano lightning image, the one that I liked. So the reason it kept generating newer images, so it did generate it right there. And then it incremented the seed value. See, 9.3, 9.4, 9.5. And that's what the seed value does. You can see already it's beginning to do its thing. That may not be a functional QR code yet, but we will get it there. And I think that looks cool. That was literally me. I forgot I had ControlNet turned on. I haven't even fine-tuned this yet. So yeah, there's your starting point. I was just making sure I got the image I wanted. So other notes here. So I'm using Euler Ancestral 30 steps. We're not using the upscaler just yet, so we're not worrying about that. Dimension, we like 660, so we'll keep it there. We were on QR Monster. Control weight. This is this affects just how much of the ControlNet is implemented through the prompt. So we'll add that to 1.7. Let's do starting at 0.2, and this seems to be the typical guidance for all ControlNet modeling with this type of processes. Do a range between 0.2 to 0.8. We'll keep the control mode balanced for now. Crop and resize sounds good, and I think we're good to go. So now we just got to fine tune it. Wait, this is our starting point. We like this, so let's make it better. Hopefully this doesn't skew too hard in one way or the other. Ah, that looks so cool. Again, it's not perfect, but we'll make it. So we're going to turn on, let me see how this looks with DPM adaptive. I'm hesitant to do that to begin with because it takes a few seconds with DPM adaptive, but I usually get better results with it than the other models. That said, like I said, this may just be garbage, but we're going to do that. Then we're going to turn on the high-res fix, and we should get a pretty good looking QR code in hopefully less than 15 minutes. And that's with me just not editing the video because editing just takes a lot. It's a lot. You all could skip around. I'll eventually edit these things, but it's just I don't want to because ugh. Okay, no, that actually looks really cool too. So let's tinker with this just a little bit more. I'm going to now notice how the image changed slightly. I think we still have the folder here somewhere. So we can. So this was using Euler Ancestral right there, and that was using DPM adaptive. So we're getting there. Let's do a couple more things here. We can turn on the high-res fix. I'd like to use as ESR GAN 4X. Let's upscale about like 1.5. I'm going to give it 30 steps as well, and I'm going to take denoising down to like 0.2 or 0.3. The reason we're doing this is so that the QR code itself will be workable. So we're going to get a pretty big image, and we'll have more pixels to play with. Other thing I'm going to mess with, I'd like the ControlNet probably, I would probably prefer this around like 1.5. We'll take it up further if we need to. And I'm going to take the guidance down just a little bit. I feel like this might give us a good image. It's going to take a second. Again, this computer has a pretty good graphics card, but this is still going to take a second. Ended up closing Task Manager, so we'll start that up while this runs. And we can keep it on the progress here because, again, I think that's cool. You see the GPU kind of taking off there. Wish it would show like everything. Yeah, I don't know. So basically all I could do is just kind of ramble while this generates. So are y'all having a nice day? How's everybody doing? Everybody having a good mental health day? I hope so. It's rainy outside right now, so hope everybody's having a good day. It's a Monday. It occurred to me as I did the other video, I'm like, I should probably explain what the QR monster code does. So to quote Office Space, it sounds like a case of the Mondays. So okay, we got our image generated. That looks really cool. May not still be entirely workable, but you definitely get the idea. Let me see if my iPhone will actually. I'm not gonna be able to show this on the camera, but no, my iPhone picked that up as a workable QR code. So there you go. Oh, I just realized my floating head is in the way there. If I click on that, and then we can look at the actual folder down here. So here's just testing around with it, seeing what damage we can do. I'm going to disable that seed value. We're going to generate one more, and we'll just call it a day on this video. I'm just going to wrap up while it generates. So we locked in that seed value. We're just going to let it randomly assign a seed and see what we get. All right, so while this generates, should take about 45, 50 seconds or so. I hope y'all are finding these videos useful. I know I've only done a few of them so far. I think they're pretty cool. I'm just trying to share some of the stuff I've learned with all these tools that are out there. I wish I was smarter so I could develop these tools, but I'm working in the healthcare space on that kind of stuff. So other things, real quick, trying to get, I guess, 500 subscribers because it'd be pretty cool to get a couple bucks for making these videos, like the whole monetization thing. But again, I really just don't want to be that guy. It's like and subscribe. If you do find it useful, though, again, be cool. It helps me out because, again, I'm not trying to hide my underlying. That looks awesome. Hide my underlying motivations. So Yeah. If you found it useful, and if not, you just tell me go to hell or something in a comment. I'm sure you will anyway if you're just feeling so inclined. I don't really care, honestly. But yeah, that's the underlying thing there. I realize my talking head is still in the way. Didn't mean to do that. So I'll just wrap up there and where'd it go? I'm on the wrong machine. There we go. So we'll wrap up there. And like I said, if you found it useful, awesome. Let me know if there's some other stuff that you might want to look at, like throw a comment or whatever, or not. Again, I'm just trying to record some videos for some lovely German people that hosted me over in Germany, and I learned a lot from them too. So we'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all in the next one, which will probably be creating a fine-tuned Stable Diffusion model, so you can get a person's likeness in here and start like making them look like Tony Stark or Darth Vader or something. So I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good day, I guess, because it's Monday. Later.